Dang it. What's up, MSFers? We're gonna be dealing with one question and one question only today. How is Run 7 gonna break his NDA without knowing anything about the Spider Society? Well, I guess you'll just have to stay tuned and find out. We're gonna have some other content creators come in and talk about this. Embargo doesn't live for another 4 minutes. So we're gonna wait, talk, click red dots, usual deal. But then, yeah, we're gonna be streaming the kits from the test server. Hopefully not too much else from the test server, because that would be a no-no. Hey, that might be how I break the NDA, huh? So stay tuned, grab a hold of your seats and hang on, because it's gonna be a wild ride. Or it'll probably be like a normal Monday kind of day until we get to the actual embargo lift here in about 3 minutes. What's up, Zero? What's up, Rudge? Nice to see you here. What's up, D-Mac? Anson C-News. Urslo, how you doing? Working as intended. Burnsy subscribed for 14 months. Woo! You're freaking amazing, Burnsy. Thank you for that. What's up, Exodus? What's up, Lord Richter? What's up, Wonderful D? What's up, Midnight? What's up, Old Weird? How's everybody on this wonderful Monday morning? It is Monday, right? It doesn't even feel like a Monday. It feels like a Friday. I'm pumped today. I'm excited. More spider characters. That's right, Anton C-News. More spider characters. Remember when I made that joke about coming soon, Web Warriors 2? How right I was. Didn't even realize it. When I made that joke, I didn't even realize that we were getting Web Warriors 2. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't looked at their kits yet. It's all new to me. I knew of the characters, but not what they do or anything. So we're going to go into the test server, and we're going to be taking them from 0 all the way up to whatever Ori gave me as far as supplies are concerned on the test server. Who knows? We might want to go slow and just see. That way we can take a look at their gear, at their origin pieces, at their mini uniques. We can look at their tags. We can go through all of their kits and see what T4s are necessary, whether they should be striker or skirmisher or maybe even a raider, because we know that there are only those 3 ISO choices. The other 2 just don't exist at all. So that's what we're going to be going over today. I am really seriously pumped today. Honestly, I don't even know why. I haven't even dipped into the Red Bull yet, man. Feeling good. It is definitely Monday. Okay, I wasn't reading my clock wrong then. Peter Park Dakar in there. Rolf Kieran coming in hot with a raid. Rolf Kieran, how you doing, my guy? Yeah, I will have the voice lobby open here pretty soon, so if you are a content creator and want to talk about these kits, then by all means jump in there. If you don't see the content creator one, then you just don't have the tag yet. Jump into the voice lobby and we will drag you in to the conversation. Real quick though, let's go through and click on my red dots because we still got 1 minute to go, and I want to make sure that my raid energy and other energies are down. Don't spend your ISO 8 energy until server reset. Dude, we're at 7. Oh, never mind. It's gonna, hold on. We got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, MSF is broken! Raids aren't launching! Oh my god, what are we gonna do? Hold on, let me back out and try again. Oh wow, they really didn't even launch. Okay. Oh, there they go! Whew. Oh my god, I was scared there. What would I do without raids? All right, let me click some buttons and then we'll jump over to those kits and get started. In the meantime, I am in the content creator voice channel, so those of you who want to jump in there can go ahead and find me, and I'll even share my screen to those folks. I'm surprised Doolam isn't there yet. Well, I started stream a little early. Doolam probably didn't get the notification, otherwise he'd beat me to it. Envoy spam, right? Did it just land? 37 videos just hit the interwebs telling you redundant information. Hey man, you can come see it live right here or on Twitch. That's where all the cool kids are hanging out. It's Twitch. Okay, that one's down. I'm going to sim the Bifrost because I'm feeling ballsy today. Let's see how Node 1 goes with a sim. Fingers crossed. It's taking a long time here. Oh, there we go. All right. What's up, Zero? Zero's got his microphone muted. He might be doing something.
What up?
Okay. Are you excited for Spider Society?
Kind of. I'm surprised. I'm more surprised than I am excited, but I'm not disappointed though. I mean, at least the two reworks I already had built, and they weren't far away from Gear Tier 18. So that day that they got announced, I took Weaver up 5 levels, and then not Weaver, Ghost Spider up 5 levels, and then put Gear Tier 18
Weaver's on the team. I didn't get. Are you part of the Envoy program?
Weaver,
what's going on here? Oh, Weaver.
Gwen, I had her at 90-16. I took her up to 95-18, and then Noir I had at 95-17 already. So I just pulled the trigger and made him 18.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the Spider team being a skill raid team? I'm very curious how the community is going to react to that one. By the way, if you guys didn't know, it is a Spider Society team incorporating Ghost Spider, Noir, and has the embargo lifted? Okay. Penny Parker and her robot Spider, which is a tech character. It's going to have, I'm calling him India Spider. It's Peter Pav from the movie. He is in there, and then there's Peter B. Parker, which we all knew about. And they are going to be dual tags. So we've got some that are mystic, one that's mystic, one that's tech, the other 3 are bio, and they're all going to be skill also.
I mean, as far as like the characters themselves, I'm not familiar with a single one of them outside of MSF. Like, they're all later entry Marvel stuff, so I don't pay attention to anything Marvel past like 2010 because it always serves to disappoint me and try to break my childhood's future, or like my childhood's freaking heart, you know?
Right.
But as far as them being skill, I mean, MSF's always done that. They've always just done whatever the hell they want. They take it kind of loosely, and you know, if it fits in the game, it fits in the game. And it's 2 less characters that I have to build, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. You know.
For those who did build Noir, I know a lot of people didn't build Noir. There's probably some newer players that haven't built Ghost Spider, right?
Hey, you actually lucked out. I forgot about that with chat having you do that, dude.
I know, chat forced me to build Noir. Thanks, chat. Appreciate that, by the way. It all paid off in the end. Midnight, there is plenty of Spider characters in the lore for another team. They could make like 10 more teams of Spiders and not even touch the surface, man. Hopefully they don't. I think the community has been saturated with these. I should probably pay attention to this raid I'm doing. I probably would have been better off simming it.
If you look back on like Kate Bishop, I mean, it's a girl using a bow and arrow. How's she tech? You know, if you look at Captain America and Black Cat, they both got their powers from the exact same serum. Mm-hmm. One shouldn't be skill and one be bio. You know, that makes no sense. Like they take their liberties with it, and that's fine. You know, if it helps the way the game progresses and makes the game work, then they do it, you know? If
the game mechanics are fun, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all if the game mechanics are fun. If they put these tags in and can't make the characters play well, or they're not fun, or they're boring, like if this Spider Society team really does turn out to be Web Warriors too, I'm gonna be disappointed. Now, I think that because they are dual tags, this is totally cool. I think that they're sticking with what they should be and allowing us to use them as a skill team. We needed a skill team. That's great. So there's probably going to be a lot of people. Oh my God, Discord, you are such a pain in the jerk. Oh, it's kicking my music off. That might happen a few times today. We'll figure it out. Okay.
I mean, I would say that it's probably time to start building up Bifrost, more than likely.
Yeah, I think Bifrost the one. We're doing 2.3 and I'm getting through it, but when's the next raid difficulty coming? What's the next thing? Are we gonna get Crimson raids? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna sim this one because there's nobody else in the team who's doing it, and I gotta get going. I wanna go look at these kits, man! That's what we're here for! That's what the card says, let's go! I'm so
Love the
pumped to
energy
go
there.
look through these because I haven't seen the kits yet. I don't know anything about this. Okay, now, hold on. I'm just to be double sure that I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to. Let's make sure I'm actually on the kits. Okay. There they are, folks. Larger than life.
Woo.
Show your kits. There you are. There they go. Okay, so there we are. It's 11 o'clock on the West Coast, right? You guys know I am so deathly
it would be 11
afraid
on West
of
Coast.
streaming test server footage. I absolutely hate doing it. It makes me so nervous to do it because I'm like, wait, the embargo was for 11 West Coast, then instead of doing math and stuff, time zones. Oh my God. Okay. All right, it's 11:06. Then I should be all right. I'm gonna go double check now that I've got everything on there. Yeah, 11 a.m. on the 25th. Okay, we're good. Okay, bring down my heart rate a little bit. We're not breaking NDA yet, folks. I'm trying my best though. Okay, so let's take a look at. We've seen Peter B. Parker, thanks to Benny Westside and his interview with Matt Sheet. There is only one Matt Sheet. There is no S at the end, so don't call him Sheets. He's not plural. There's just one. Here he is. He is a skill support Spider-Verse Spider Society bio. Also, Hero City.
They all have dual tag.
One thing, yeah, I know, right? Bio and skill, and he's a new character. All 5 characters have dual tags. One thing I would like to talk about is this going to change anyone's goals for who they're bringing into the city section of DD7? I know a lot of people who are gearing up to go in early are already pulling down 5 pieces for other characters, right? So are they going to pivot or are they going to stick with this?
I mean, to me, I wouldn't lay any DD6 or DD7 plans in stone unless you're like one of those top couple people that are like already in DD7. Obviously, those people, but like for the majority of us, you know, I wouldn't lay anything in stone. It's fine to look around for fun and kind of plan something for fun, but before you start like equipping a piece here or equipping a piece there, like wait till you have enough for a full section and then do a full section at a time, you know? Mm-hmm. Because you don't know what could be released between now and the time you're actually ready to get in there. And it doesn't matter how fast you get into DD7, or it matters how fast you get through DD7. Same thing with DD6. You don't get scroll for getting halfway through DD6. You know, you don't get Mephisto for getting halfway through DD7.
So
wait until
right, exactly. And hold on, I'm trying to think of along 2 things. It's looking like we're going over the bio pieces here for this. And it stays the same up until gear tier 16. I don't know. I didn't really calculate how many resources I have on the test server, so I don't want to blow them all on one character and then not be able to bring somebody else up.
Peter B takes 1 bio, 2 skill.
Hey, Benny.
Hi.
1 bio, 2 skill?
Yes, and
Oh,
Penny and Pavitr take 3 skill each.
Okay, let's go check them out.
When we're talking about DD7.
Okay, I'm gonna bring him up to 85 also. Yes, Yuletide Bringer. This is the test server. Oh man, I wish I had 500 million gold to blow on characters that you guys haven't even seen yet. That'd be fantastic. All right, so let's take it up to 16 and take a look at this. So you're right. Okay, yeah, there's some skill mixed in there. Oh, it's all skill. Wait, isn't this Mystic? Augmented Vial?
Yeah, no, his unique centerpiece takes Mystic Origin gear, but he doesn't take Mystic minis. And then for whatever newest tier that you're going up to, he only takes skill. His like lower tiers take bio.
Okay. Well, I think that's cool since they're born with dual traits. We didn't get that with Kestrel, right? Kestrel was basically tech from the beginning, wasn't she?
No, she's split too.
Oh, is she? Oh, I guess I never really paid attention.
Hers is more like Peter B because Peter B is split in the most recent, but Penny and Pavitra are not split in the most recent.
That robot looks so cool. I have my own opinions on the look of some of these characters, and I'll refrain from speaking about them. We got Chromium.
This actually, when I think about it, like the more I think about it, the more this disappoints and annoys me. So like when they came out with all the Horseman teams, right? You have the Archangels team. You have Deathseed, right?
Yeah.
They were the Raid Horseman team, and each Horseman team was supposed to be like the dominant team of that area. Like, dude, they already had dual ISO ability with Kestrel and Doom at that time they came out. Why couldn't freaking Deathseed have taken 2 areas, like, and really been that actual Raid Horseman team instead of just another Raid team? You know?
Yeah.
It would also gave a little bit more longevity and value to new players that are going to be unlocking Apocalypse and then happen to build up a worthless Deathseed team that does nothing for their roster.
I like Deathseed. I mean, they're done now. I can't use them anymore. I try to use them in Crucible. Everybody laughs at me all the time when I try to use them. I enjoyed the team for what it was, but they're, you know, we can always look in hindsight and see how we should have shored things up. Everybody's got their favorite Horseman team or their favorite Horseman, and we all look at the differences, you know, going through the trials and stuff. And as they progressed through it, they tried to work some things out, and they had some pitfalls and everything. Overall, I kind of thought that they did a decent enough job on those Horsemen. Speaking of Horsemen, by the way, if you guys don't know, the unlock method for Xavier is supposed to be nothing like Apocalypse. I can't beat this drum enough, apparently, because people are still really upset over the unfortunate titling of Age of Apocalypse and Age of X. They are 2 completely different things. Okay. So Ghost Spider and Spider-Man Noir. Benny, you probably know a lot about this. Updog, you maybe know more than I do too, because I did not read anything. I did not look at the test server until today. Nothing. Did these kits get overhauled drastically?
No. What the Ghost Spider still sucks in the same ways that she used to suck. She just has higher damage.
Okay.
And Noir also sucks in the same ways that he used to suck. He also has more damage and health. He now has revive once everywhere, not just in Crucible. And then they opened up his passive to give 25% damage to all Spider-Verse. And that's about it.
I still don't get the... Oh my god, this music's gonna kill me if Discord keeps screwing with me.
Is that all Spider-Verse in raids only, or is that all Spider-Verse everywhere?
Everywhere.
Like with Soup 6 on Crucible, you know?
Everywhere.
I'm with you, Yuletidebringer. I enjoyed the unlocking of APOC. I don't ever want to do it again, but one time through, that was a fun experience for me, but that's it. So, I'm not showing all the passives. I'll get there. Here, you want to see? So, Benny says that most of these haven't been updated much. 25% damage to the Spider-Verse, 50% for Spider-Verse. Spider Society, sorry. Spider-Verse and Spider Society.
So he's giving them 75% in raids then.
Yes, because they have the Spider-Verse tag, so they get it from both ends of that one.
The best part is that mostly the new ones have opened up their callouts to Hero Spider-Verse, and that's pretty neat.
Okay.
I'm just kind of briefly going over the older characters real fast so people can kind of get a sense of what it is, just showing off some of those base stats at Gear Tier 18. Kind of maxed out. Okay. Now let's take a look at Peter B. Parker. Now, I would like to say that I think I'm not happy with his appearance. I think he looks washed out, those gaunt cheeks and everything. He looks like he's halfway to an undead variant of Spider-Man.
The lighting here is broken. Like when you put on Nick Fury's costume, the lighting breaks. It's the same situation, I think.
Is it really? Okay. Well, yeah. I hope he looks a little better in-game. The kid's cute enough, I guess. If you're wondering how they do the baby in the battles, no, you're not going to be beating up on a toddler. She swings away during the defensive portion, and then during the attack, she swings back in and helps Dad.
And unfortunately, those swinging it in and outs take a lot of time.
Yeah, I was thinking about starting a discussion about seeing if Scopely wants to add 1 minute to the timers because these animations just keep seeming to get longer and longer, and they're very, very bad. I'm gonna just collect these right down to number 6.
I can tell you their answer right now. Their answer is whale doesn't.
No, their answer is going to be some eyeball emojis at best. They're not going to say anything to us because it's a no. They never say no. They just don't respond or they put it off indefinitely. But they never say no because they don't. I don't know. It's a thing with him. On spawn and raids, apply 1 safeguard to self and all Spider-Verse allies. That sounds like a must. If this character has 3 or more Spider Society allies, this character and Spider Society allies cannot gain defense down. That sounds... Cannot gain defense down? Seriously? They just can't gain defense down if there's 4 of them? Wow. Okay. Yep. Well, that's obviously a must. And then,
you've got almost as much T4s here as Raw.
yeah, it's test server. All right, on spawn, apply 2 death proof, 2 defense up, 2 deflect, and 2 regeneration to self and all hero Spider-Verse allies. Raids, apply safeguard to self and all Spider-Verse allies. On turn, prolong the duration of all positive effects by 1 on the most injured hero Spider-Verse ally. Apply assist now to the highest damage hero Spider-Verse ally. I think we saw some assisting in Ghost Spider's kit. When this character or any Hero Spider-Verse ally is attacked, heal the most injured Hero Spider-Verse ally for 20% of this character's max health. If the attacked character had vulnerable and clear vulnerable from this character and all Spider Society allies. Wow, clearing vulnerable, okay.
He is slow, but whenever an enemy takes a turn and attacks one of his allies, he's going to heal 20%. That's huge.
So that's what Matt was talking about when he said he's the mentor to the team and he's really going to be providing support for them. Gain 10% assist chance, 10% per Spider Society ally, gain 50% max health for him and the team, resistance for him and the team, and then in raids, an additional 100% resistance for self and the Spider Society allies. If this character has 3 or more Spider Society allies, this character and Spider Society allies cannot gain defense down. Now, isn't this going to be an absolute pain when we have to go up against this team in raids, like in a future raid, with all that resistance they're going to be having? I don't know if that'd be, I mean, we're already complaining about resistance in the raids, and we're not dealing with this kind of stuff. That's okay, though.
They can always just not T4 the ability, too. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Lower the ability level.
Okay. 40% damage to primary and secondary targets. Apply disrupted for 2 turns. Apply immunity to self and all Spider Society allies. That sounds like a must-have. Of course, that's coming in on turn. Well, I'm guessing it's turn 2. He's probably going to get energy from somebody, right?
Penny gives out a bunch of energy.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
On spawn, yeah.
Ghost Spider as well.
Yeah, both of them.
Hi, Boomer.
Hey.
All right, apply. Let's start at the top. Attack primary and adjacent targets for damage. Apply disrupted for 2 turns. Offense down for 2 turns. Clear all negative effects from self and all hero Spider-Verse allies. Apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all hero Spider-Verse allies. Apply immunity to self and all Spider Society allies. Apply regeneration for 1 turn. Another regeneration for 2 turns and another regeneration for 3 turns to the most injured hero Spider-Verse ally. Wow, that's okay. Man, it's gonna be hard to kill these people. Apply 3 counter to hero Spider-Verse ally with the highest damage. What was that, Benny?
No, I take it back. I didn't say it.
Oh.
If you flip that, that's a lot of bleeds.
That's right, Benny. You didn't say anything.
Nothing.
But the thing is that Penny's gonna go right after B Parker and put up immunity or safeguard.
Safeguard.
Oh, she put safeguard on him? Okay.
Yeah, they spawn with safeguard, and then safeguard is going to be applied the first turn right after Peter B Parker goes.
Gotcha.
Because Peter B Parker's 108, Penny's 106, and Penny puts up trauma on the opposing team and safeguard on the allies.
Oh, nice.
Heal self and all allies for 25% of this character's max health in raids. Heal Spider Society allies for additional, so 50%. Over here, let's go through these.
Updog, hello. I didn't hear you.
Updog's got his microphone muted. 40% damage to primary and secondary targets. Call the hero Spider-Verse ally with the least speed bar to attack the most injured enemy. So that's going to be a lot of damage. Do you guys know who that's going to be?
It could be anybody.
Oh, really?
So there's a ton of assists going on this team, which is going to be another thing like you were talking about with the timeout issues. You know, obviously when they're brand new and they're competing in the content that they were created for, they're not going to have those issues immediately, but later on down the road, though, this is definitely going to be an issue for timeouts with this team, kind of like Invaders.
So I think this basic you might be able to skip. The evades could be useful, but man, there's so much regeneration going on. I feel like B. Parker's got to be a healer, but I don't really, like I said, I haven't looked at these other kits. This is basic. I don't know what the counter assist info is. Maybe you guys who know more can help me out here. Apply offense down for 2 turns. Regeneration to Spider-Verse ally. Apply evade to the most injured Spider-Verse ally. So evasion, regeneration again. It does. I mean, these 3 are kind of must-haves, it looks like to me. Right off the cuff, I'm thinking healer with all those regens that he's putting out. It's ridiculous.
You would think that, but Pav's kit makes them like have 100% crit chance almost.
Oh, really? Are we going to have another Raider-heavy team?
Yeah, I was looking at it. It looks like it's going to be Raid. There's a couple exceptions for Striker, but a Pav's kit makes them like have like so much crit damage and crit chance. It's all about crit chance jams everywhere.
But some of their ISO attacks are very, very valuable.
Yeah, Penny's ISO attack seems like a must for Striker almost.
Yeah,
okay, I accidentally clicked on the level 5 T4, but it looks like that's going to be one you need anyways. If this character has speed up, enemies cannot gain speed up. So that looks pretty important here. Let's go over this passive. On spawn, gain speed up, and then enemies. So apply 2 vulnerable to all enemies. Wow, 2 vulnerables to all enemies on spawn. Okay.
It might be skirmisher, right? That applies like cloak and dagger. There's a focus resistance check. Yeah.
In raids, apply slow for 3 turns and trauma for 1 turn to the enemy with the highest speed. On turn end, for every enemy with slow, gain 1 speed up to a maximum of 5. In raids, if this character has speed up, enemies cannot gain speed up. For each speed up on this character, gain 5% drain and 20% focus. Gain 20% crit chance, 10% crit damage, and 50% focus. Now these right here, this 20% crit chance, 10% crit damage, and 50% focus, that's not for each speed up. That's one separate line, right?
Yes, separate.
Okay.
Boomer, his ISO attack gives speed bar to the whole team.
It's only 5% and only if they have speed up on everybody. I was thinking Striker on this guy and Striker on Penny and Raider on the rest. I wasn't sure. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hero Spider-Verse allies gain 20% crit chance, 10% crit damage, 50% focus, and raids gain an additional 40% crit chance, 20% crit damage, and 100% focus. Spider Society allies gain an additional 40% crit chance, 20% crit damage, and 10% focus. So that's a lot of crit chance, crit damage, and focus for this team. That's ridiculous. Okay, I see what you guys are saying about that. All right, let's see if this T4 is worth doing. Oops, I got one more. 40% damage to primary and secondary targets. This attack deals 50% damage against targets with slow. Clear slow from self and all allies. I wonder if we could get away without that. We might be able to get away without doing that one. We'll put it on the test server anyway. Let's just see how it goes. This is his ultimate. Let's go to his special first because that's going to be the turn 1 move. And we'll come back to the ultimate.
That ult seemed really specific for that T4. Like,
yeah, didn't it?
Actually, in raids, they'll have their ults ready.
Oh, will they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that would be a turn 1 in raid. Okay, 6% damage to primary and secondary targets. Clear 1 positive effect on secondary targets. That seems pretty darn good. Again, maybe you could get away with it, but that seems really good, clearing a positive effect on the secondary targets. Okay.
that seems really good if it's if it's the basic. On a special though, with cooldowns and stuff, it just seems kind of okay to me. Like that doesn't seem like it would be a necessary one. It seems like it'd be like a very nice to have to me.
Okay, so his special. Now, Benny, you say that in raids he's actually going to start with his ultimate, right? Okay, so we'll go with that. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 400% damage. Apply defense down for 2 turns. Apply slow for 2 slow. Up to a maximum of 5 rebound chain to 6 adjacent targets for 400% damage. Apply 1 slow up to a maximum of 5. This attack deals 50% damage against targets with slow. Clear slow from self and all allies. Apply 2 speed up to a maximum of 5 to self and all hero allies for every enemy with slow. Bury yourself and all hero Spider-Verse allies. For 5% of this character's max health, this cannot be counterattacked. I'm seeing hero Spider-Verse. A lot of these characters say Spider-Verse in them. That's pretty cool.
So, like, here on turn 1, on spawn, he's going to apply vulnerable. He's gonna go after Noir probably, so everybody's still gonna have their vulnerables. He's gonna ult, apply speed up to the whole team, and then when he follows up with his ISO attack, because everybody has speed up, he will give speed bar instead to the whole team. And it's 5%, but it's 5% across the board, which I think adds up.
So you're making a case for Striker then with him for that extra 5% speed.
I think it's a good option.
Yep. And the other thing too is that you're putting defense down and slow, and then Noir is going to be putting disrupted, bleed, and heal block, and then Ghost Spider is going to be spreading it everywhere. Turn 3.
Another bonkers raid team. I'm curious. I know you guys can't comment. I'm curious how they're going to play outside of raids.
I have no idea.
I guess I could make some assumptions based on their kit, but that's all I can do. And I don't read into these kits as well as you guys do. Let me read through this one. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have a thread in the Envoy server about like war testing, but it got buried. It's just me and Bendy in there.
It got buried in the Envoy server? I've never heard of such a thing happening.
Threads aren't working for me.
Threads on Discord is not the best. I'm not sure if I like it at all.
I hate it. I hate it.
I just don't know if I like it.
That server is a ball of yarn right now. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think Threads is helpful sometimes.
Nope.
Maybe we can tack this discussion on at the end of our next like Envoy call after Matt signs off. We can like talk to Archangel about it because it's not working for anybody.
Just wait for another emergency call from Archangel. Okay, attack primary target from 360% damage. Apply offense down for 2 turns. Apply 2 slow up to a maximum of 5 rebound chain to 4 adjacent targets. 360% damage. Apply slow up to a maximum of 5 and clear 1 positive effect. Now, is that going to clear a positive effect every time he bounces off of somebody? So he can clear a lot of effects off of just two people standing next to each other, right? Okay. This attack deals 50% damage against targets with slow. Apply 1 speed up to a maximum of 5 to the 3 most injured hero Spider-Verse allies or self. This attack cannot be counterattacked. And then his basic.
One thing I'm seeing a lot of that I really don't like, they have a lot of mix and match tags. It's like, okay, on this ability, like it'll do this for heroes, it'll do this for hero Spider-Verse, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of it's Hero Spider-Verse. When you have no Hero Spider-Verse that you're actually going to freaking put with them. Like, who the hell is Hero Spider-Verse that's good enough to actually put with them to mix and match? Like, they're giving the appearance like they're making them a plug-and-play team, but they're just not.
I don't know.
I think it's meant for Weaver in 2099.
Yeah,
in
you
other
got
game modes.
Yeah.
What's up, Dylan? So I don't think that this basic needs a T4 at all. This looks 15% extra damage against characters with slow and 30% extra to primary and secondary attacks. Attack primary target for 200% damage. Apply 1 slow up to a maximum of 5. Rebound chain. Apply damage. Slow. This attack 35% damage against targets with slow. Apply speed up to a random ally without speed up, which probably isn't going to happen a lot. I mean, it sounds like they're going to have speed up a lot. And the enemies are going to have slow a lot. If this character and all allies have speed up, fill speed bar by 5% for self and all Spider Society allies. So that's what you guys are talking about. Make him a striker. Yep. He'll come back into it, give him that extra 5% speed bar to the whole team.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds really powerful. I like that. All right, let's go to my personal favorite on the list because it's got a robot in it. is Penny Parker. I'm not amazed by her look, but I think her robot is awesome. Doesn't look anything like the robot from the movie, but still looks super cool. I'm happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go down here and do some of these. Earlier, guys, I did show off the unique pieces. We can go back and look at those later so you guys can see what it is. Or you could go look at the plethora of videos that just went out 31 minutes ago, and I'm sure somebody's got all that stuff in there. On spawn, in raids generate an additional 5 ability energy for self and all Spider Society allies. On spawn, in raids generate an additional 5. How much is she doing already?
Yeah, it's there. I mean, between that and ghost fighters on spawn in raids, it's going to be a lot, right?
Then,
you're right.
Yeah, and on end of turn, fill speed bar by 5% for the whole team. Again, this is a no-brainer for sure. If this character does not have barrier self and the Spider-Verse allies for 15% of their max health. Generate 1 ability energy for self and all Spider Society allies. Gain 2 deflect. Up to a maximum of 5. In raids, generate an additional 5 ability energy for self and all Spider Society allies. So no matter what, you don't need to play this team on auto basic at the end of anything. You're going to be able to throw it on auto and let it run because they're going to get 6 energy on spawn every time.
And when you were looking at that, I was reading that top text, and even anywhere in the game, she'll generate 1 ability energy for self and all Spider-Verse allies. So she already did the 1 energy. This gets 5 more in raids. Is what that was.
But this is also what's going to tie the team to a raid team rather than an everywhere team, because the cooldowns are like 3 of 6 on spawn, right? So like this is going to make it more viable.
But are they gonna be able to slow the opponent down and speed themselves up so much that and like if they could blow somebody up or mostly blow them up in the beginning with their first 2 turns, then they might be able to just basic the team to death before the other team really gets going. I don't know. I'd have to test it, and then if I tested it, I wouldn't be able to talk about it, would I? On end of turn, if this character does not have barrier self and all hero Spider-Verse allies for 10% of this character's max health, fill speed bar by 5% for self and all Spider-Verse Spider Society allies. I'm sorry, I know I got to get those right. On block, by this character or a hero Spider-Verse ally, clear a random negative effect on that character. That's weird. Okay. When this character, I guess they're getting deflects too from some kits. When this character or a Spider Society ally gains disrupted, clear a random negative effect from self and all Spider Society allies. While this character has deflect, lower the crit chance and crit damage of all enemies by 25%. Gain 100% resistance for each deflect on this character. Gain 50% armor, Spider-Verse.
Chat's trying to get your attention.
I know, Wonderful D. There's too much going on, buddy. Gain 25% max health. Hero Spider-Verse allies gain 25% max health. In raids, gain an additional 50% max health for self and all Spider Society allies. In raids, an additional 50% max health. That's pretty big.
Yeah, take a breath run when you're running there.
They sure do look like a very good raid team.
Need your help.
I keep seeing timeout team. Like I just keep seeing like health, armor, health, crit damage, crit chance, health. I don't see like focus. I don't see. I saw focus, but I don't see like just damage anywhere in this stuff.
Let's see. 100% damage to all enemies in raids. Apply trauma to all enemies. In raids, apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Spider-Verse allies.
Wow,
this will be a turn 1 maneuver in raids. So that's a no-brainer because you're applying save proof and trauma to the field. That's crazy. Yep. Clear all negative effects from...
Now you get to wear a wig.
Oh my God, Elder's here, isn't he? Clear all negative effects from self and all allies. Clear all positive effects on primary target. Apply slow and stun. Attack all enemies for 500% damage if this character has barrier. Gain
redemption.
Oh my God, you guys are just going after me. Safe proof, yeah, safe proof, exactly. Attack all enemies for 500% damage. If this character has barrier, gain 50% extra damage from this attack.
Dog shit game
for each
from the game.
I thought you were reading the kits, not Boomer.
These guys, they are just going after me today. Okay.
Filming a show here.
Thank God we're not actually filming. For each deflect on this character, apply 1 bleed to each enemy up to a maximum of 5.
No, not at all.
For the deflects on this character, apply ability block to all support enemies. Apply 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5 to self and all allies. Apply counter, 2 death proof, and defense up for 2 turns to self and all allies. In raids, apply trauma to all enemies. Apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Spider Society allies. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. This team is ridiculous in raids. It's obvious they are going to absolutely dominate the skill section. I'm curious if we could filter some of them into bio nodes, if that would even be if there'd even be a reason to do so. I mean, obviously we've got one that's tech and one that's mystic, so you're not taking the full team. And I think some of these things are behind 4 members, so I don't think it's really going to work that well. But I'm wondering
I actually have recorded that video.
Oh, do you think that I'm wondering?
I'm not able
sucks.
to comment.
I know you guys can't comment. It sucks. Because I haven't
I'll
tested the
send you
team,
a link
so
after
I guess
stream.
I'm wondering if newer players coming to the game could utilize this team and take 3 pieces of it into other sections and not have to build.
I'll just say Void Knight and Gwenem are Hero Spider-Verse.
There you go. Okay, Void Knight and Gwenem are Hero Spider-Verse in bio. So, yeah, okay. 80%
Do I need to contact my lawyer because I just heard that?
No, it was, hey, he's reading kits out loud, man. We're working with what we got. 80% damage on all attacks. Apply stun to primary target. I do like the stun. Let's go here and take a look. This is attack primary target for damage. Apply slow and stun. Attack primary and adjacent targets for damage. Apply bleed and heal block. If this character has barrier, gain 50% extra damage for each attack. Okay. Clear all negative effects and apply stealth to the 2 most injured Hero Spider-Verse allies. Apply deflect, immunity, and offense up to self and all allies. She's doing a lot with deflect also, but immunity is super powerful, of course. The offense up will help for not timing out, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that immunity plus safeguard is very powerful. I mean, Infinity Watch is still a team that people use for that reason. That is very powerful.
Let's see, on the basic, 100% damage to primary target. Clear all positive effects on primary target. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, this character feels like one of the better characters for outside of the team. I was seeing useful things that aren't locked behind raids, and clearing all positive effects on the primary target is pretty darn good. I don't know what her speed is, or theirs. Is it there because it's her and her robot?
She's 106.
Oh,
they're extremely slow.
Oh, man. Oh,
yeah,
raid team
slow.
only, guys. Raid team only.
I will say with the clear positive effects thing, always pay attention to that, because even if you don't have that T4, she already clears 3 positive effects, which for the majority of encounters that you're going to get into, that's going to clear all their positive effects. So before you think this is like a super necessary T4, it's a nice luxury, but it's not like super necessary anywhere.
Okay, Rich on Ships is starting to cross the line again. So, correct me if I'm wrong, does this team put out a lot of disrupt?
I've seen disrupt come up several times.
The only disrupt that I can remember was only if Noir has stealth, his ultimate, and then there was one other place.
I think Peter B.
So if
Peter B special, I think.
I think it's the special.
That sounds right.
Okay, so if there's not a lot of disrupt coming out from the team, then clearing positive effects is going to be a factor.
Yeah, there's not a lot of disrupts. So like Boomer said, it's just Noir's ult, and that's only when he has stealth, which is just turn 1.
Clearing
he gains stealth on his ISO attack and his basic.
Right.
So I think this character is going to depend heavily on what is in the ISO attack. If she's generating energy on the ISO attack, if she's... she is? Then what? I mean, this could be a case for Striker clearing a lot of positive effects and generating energy.
I'm thinking Striker on Penny and Pav, and Raider on the rest.
I agree.
Yep.
That's what I was
Thinking.
All right, well, let's lock some of this in here so I can remember, and it'll show it on the screen for anybody who's curious. I haven't dove into it enough, but I will take your guys' advice on this like I normally do. You said this one's going to be Raider also.
Benny and I came to the exact same conclusion independently, so that's good.
Yeah.
We did.
I have this guy as skirmisher currently, but Raider also works for him.
Yeah, he could be a skirmisher because he assists half the time, so you could get some triple taps going, kind of like a Death Seed, but it doesn't seem like it's a necessity. But it would be nice if Penny can get those triple taps if she's clearing positive effects and then also giving out energy.
Well, another thing too, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but since we have a character that's already putting vulnerables out on the field to everybody, when you have a character that's a striker and they get an assist from a character that's a raider, and there's already a vulnerable on that character before the start of the turn, you will get the triple tap anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't call that a triple tap, though.
Yeah, there's so much crit damage. Yeah, there's so much crit damage from Pav's passive across the team. Like, just having more Raider is just like it's always damage. It's bonkers. Yeah. It's like 100% crit damage, so it's bonkers.
And then I think it's chance.
And chat, I will get to those channel point redemptions, the wig and the hat and everything. Unfortunately, I brought the sombrero, which means I can't use my headset, and I'd like to be able to hear these guys talk. So when we get done with this discussion, I'll get you guys those channel point redemptions.
So there's one thing with Penny, which is pretty interesting. All of her abilities, if she has barrier, she does 1.5 times the damage.
Yep,
so
50% extra damage.
For some reason, you're using her solo. You kind of want her as a fortifier, so that she becomes a bruiser, and like she's more of a damage machine than a supporter for the team, because Striker helps her be a protector for the team with those deflects and the energy. But as a solo character, she works as a fortifier as well.
But honestly, as a solo character, where the hell are you going to use her at 106 speed? Like, this is brutal. This team is so brutally slow.
They're slowing the meta for sure.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, Noir, who's, 120, but we all know he jumps out there because of things going on in his kit. The rest of this team, like, oof, that's... What do we got over here?
Just Spider-Man Pav is like 128, and then it's 108, 106, and then it's Noir at 120, but he is super fast because of the positive effect passive thing. And then I don't know what Ghost Spider is, but I think she's relatively quick as well. 119, yeah, she's pretty quick as well.
But she has a lot of passive aggression, so you don't really notice her slowness.
So Pav's 128, gains speed on spawn, applies vulnerables to all enemies, and then this goes to raids. And then so I'm trying to look at them for their out of raid value. They're gonna destroy their raids. Like, this is obvious. They're gonna absolutely chew up this raid lane. On turn end, for every enemy with slow, gain some speed up to a maximum of 5. So Pav's not a slow character by any means. He's actually going to be rather fast. This is in raids.
Yeah, he's good. He's a really fast character.
Hero Spider-Verse allies gain the crit chance, and then this goes back to in raids again.
Benny, for those out there that don't have like unlimited resources, people out there that are like earlier game that are trying to min-max their rosters, do you think there's a case to be made for Penny to be a fortifier even in raids if you're like if she's a smaller character on their roster or doesn't have the stars?
Possibly, but I like the energy for the team and the deflects. The deflects mean cleanses, because every time somebody blocks, they clear a debuff. So that ISO attack on the team is just invaluable.
That's much better than barrier.
Off the cuff, is Noir the 5th you drop?
Noir and Gwen are both pretty duds, so.
Yeah. Gwen, she can, or not Gwen, I'm sorry. Gwen, sorry, that's too many duplicate characters. She's spreading the negative effects, which could be pretty useful, right?
So tell me, what is she spreading? What negative effect?
Yeah, 'cause everybody's putting
Disrupted,
it out to
bleed,
everybody.
heal block, offense down, and
Yeah, she spreads
defense down.
everything.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are things you apply often anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stun,
So-
ability block, and trauma, the important stuff. You'd want to be able to spread disrupt and blind.
Well,
And we're not blinding anybody with this team, and there's very little disrupt coming out of it.
Well, her
the
basic,
defense down is the best thing to spread on her.
yeah, her
Everybody
basic,
keeps
her
talking about
basic
timing
points.
out. That if you get, because there's not a lot of defense down applied. There's defense down for the primary target on Pav's ultimate, and if the guy doesn't die, Venom can spread it to the whole team.
Oh,
So-
hey, look at this. We're going to be having a lot of slow on the characters.
Yes.
When they have slow, she can blind them. But who cares? You can beat the crap out of this team. They're going to heal right back. We don't need them to be blind, really. I think Boomer's right. I think we need the defense down so we don't time out.
So for her ult too, it removes taunt now in raids. So you're on the boss node, you have 2 absorbing men on each corner. And this gets rid of the taunt on the absorbing men right off
what
rip. So
gets
you're not
rid of the
stuck
taunt?
behind the taunts. The ult,
Venom's ult.
Ghost Spider's ult
Yeah.
on the bottom there.
If this character has
Venom-
to ignore clear taunt from
Yeah.
all enemies, okay.
And
That's
and if
new.
you've done skill nodes, those absorbing men are just beefcakes. Like
Yeah.
they will sit there and take 30 or 40 hits like repeatedly. So if you don't get off them quick, you can't control the Squirrel Girl or the Phylavel, and they'll just get cleansed and healed, and then you did nothing for 2 minutes. So taking those taunts off is really nice.
I'm telling you, though, there's the chance this team could time out against really thick opponents, maybe. But I don't see them having any other trouble in raids. It's everywhere else. And I guess for like I said, I think the question of new players utilizing this team because of their dual tags elsewhere in raids might give this team some more value. I think everybody's going to be building them for the skill section of raids, so I doubt they're going to be used for an unlock for another character because we all kind of got to build them. I don't know, Mobile Gamer, how do you feel about your Invaders team right now? Are you enjoying that?
Oh, it's garbage.
Yeah, so I have a feeling this team's going to get built by everybody. So I don't think they're going to force an unlock with the team, though. I mean, it would be cool if they did because I'm going to build them as big as I need to. I just don't know how much value I'm going to get for the team outside of raids. They seem slow. Though you could mix and match them with Hero Spider-Verse a lot. I don't know.
I think they're a team you're going to put all 5 of them together and throw them on defense somewhere for a while they still have fresh stats. And they're just going to be annoying on defense. I don't think they're going to get you defensive victories anywhere. I think they're just going to be a team that sucks up some efficiency somewhere. I don't think they're using them on offense, to be honest.
To me, they feel kind of like a Pegasus team. Like you got to get in there and destroy them quick before they start really taking turns and getting going, because otherwise they're going to start throwing out tons of regenerations. They're going to be taking turns. They're going to be slowing you down and speeding themselves up. They're going to be double tapping and generating tons of energy. Well, not that much energy, I guess. A lot of that energy generation is locked behind raids.
But
There's some good.
Was the safeguard only in raids, or was the
Yes.
safeguard everywhere?
Only
So-
raids.
Only
So you
raids.
throw some Eternals in here. Was it Pav takes a turn because he's 128, unless you throw in like an Emma or something, and you just flip all their stuff that they spawn with and go from there.
There are 3 good plug and play Hero Spider-Verse characters: Void Knight, Weaver, and Big Time Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
2099 kind of as an accessory to Weaver.
Yeah, he's a tag along friend.
I mean, yeah, like if you could get Weaver out to give them some charges and cover to get this team going, I'm sure there's things that this team could be used for.
But to get Weaver out though, you have to take 2099. So you're already looking at at most you can take 3 of them.
Yeah. I
mean,
know
you
that
only
some of you
want
guys
3
have
of them.
tested this team outside of raids, and it is pissing me off to no end that we're not allowed to talk about it. 'Cause I
What?
wanna know.
No, we
I
haven't.
I don't know, and I want to know so badly. I'm sure Chad does too. So that sucks, but whatever. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the team. That's their kits, their pieces. If you want to look, I think I just went through these. We have a mix of, bio skill. This is bio skill, and then Penny is going to be tech skill. And the other two.
Did you show the actual mix of gear, by the way?
Benny spoke about it. I kind of sped through it and showed it on screen a little bit, but honestly, there's so much information. I get all excited when there's so much going on.
Yeah, because one of them is like skill. I think it's Penny who's skill and tech, but she only takes like 3 skill pieces. I think she only takes the top left, the bottom left, and then the bottom right is the actual like G18 pieces.
Here's a good way to show how that works. So there's kind of a list of what she needs to go from 16 to 17. You can kind of see that we got the chromium, we got some of the the flaming burrito there, some of this.
Yeah. The flaming burrito.
I can't remember all these names. I can barely remember the name of Fire Chicken. Was he Firestorm?
Stop stealing my restaurant ideas.
So yeah.
I think I agree with what Anti-Valor is saying in the chat. It's nice that they're showing us they haven't closed the door on dual tags.
Mm-hmm.
They said they're gonna still keep it close to their chest, but I thought we were completely done with it.
Yeah.
But clearly we aren't, and that's good to know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like the dual tags. I like the amount that they're putting it out there. I was really surprised that they gave the new characters dual tags when they could have just made them skill. So that's pretty cool. I think the dual tags gives them a little bit more value. I'm wondering how they're gonna work in raids, what characters we're gonna, outside of their raid lane and other raid lanes. I'm curious what other Spider-Verse characters we're gonna pair them up with to get value in Crucible and War. And of course, Battle World is somewhere, and that's gonna be a thing. I don't know. That may be so far along this team is old and dead by the time we get Battle World. I haven't heard anything about Battle World in a while. But yeah, that's it.
The dual tags made me think that, I thought that Marvel was more in charge of determining that, but with them adding all of this to the old reworks and the current characters, it makes me think that I don't think Marvel cares as much about the tags.
I don't think Marvel cares at all about the tags, because some of those tags are so weird and don't make any sense. And it's because of gameplay mechanics, and so I think the dual tag issue is for gameplay mechanics. When you start adding dual tags to so many characters, it makes it that much more complicated to build nodes, whether they be challenge nodes or raid lanes or whatever. It becomes a lot more complicated for them to build those without going, whoops, we made this other character who's super powerful and already clears this, and so we got to scrap it. So they got to be careful how they do that. Stocky says, I think they did it for skill because they are running out of skill characters, and the only way to get them in is to dual tag it. I don't think this means we will see more dual tags as a general rule.
I think it's just they wanted to release a team and coincide with the movie that was supposed to come out this week, and they just forced it by doing the dual tags.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
A lot of value to new players, though. I mean, newer players that can't build every team or whatever, like they build this team that does them good in a lot of places, and then with them having dual tags, that's just more areas of the game that we already have completed that they now will be able to complete with smaller rosters and get further ahead in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They should suffer like we did.
Jumping McSpasm, I think every character that comes out is a money bags character. The more money you invest into it, the harder they hit. So
yeah, Pav is the only one that's super interesting, like outside of the team for me, because he's 128 Hero Spider-Verse. I mean, so he's not going to do an ultimate turn 1 because of, like, we're talking like Crucible, let's say, but he's going to be boosting. So he's Hero City, right? And then if you check on the passive, he's going to get speed bar on spawn.
Mm-hmm. Apply the 2 vulnerables right off the bat.
Yeah, vulnerable. So that's kind of like Iron Patriot, right? Vulnerables right out of the gate. That's going to be super helpful, like on a 2099 and Weaver team. He's going to be giving them crit chance, crit damage, and focus. So that's going to help 2099 out the gate. Then he's going to be able to do his special. He won't be able to do his ultimate because the ultimate's going to be gated. Yeah, he's going to be gated behind raids, right? But it's going to be able to do this, which is offense down, slow, applying speed up to Hero Spider-Verse, which could be Big Time Spider-Man, 2099, Weaver.
And because he's giving enemies slow, we come back to this where for each, what is it? On end of turn for every enemy with slow gain a speed up. So he's gonna like almost always have speed up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of his counterintuitive things, though, he gains those speed up stacks at the end of his turn, but he gains drain per speed up, but he doesn't need drain off of his turn, and off of his turn that can get cleared or flipped for him.
Oh, so you're saying the order of operations is kind of screwing him on how he
When
gains
we
those
have
and
the
uses them?
call, when we have the call, I'm gonna ask if he can get that on the beginning of his turn.
Yeah, that would make a little more
It's
sense.
probably intentional.
Okay, so who are you guys taking into DD7? You can take the whole 5-piece team right into City?
I might take Noir. That's about it, though.
Really? Noir's your pick out of all these, huh?
I mean, 2-piece Mystic, yeah, probably. And he's great in Crucible. We're still using him. He's getting a stat boost as well.
I got a 3 diamond on him.
Wow.
That helps.
Yeah, you got a 3 diamond.
Nice.
That's right. I remember seeing that and went, wow, lucky Boomer.
Lucky me, yeah.
And
when
you
I saw
hated
that for this, I was like, cool.
Yep. But you know what, Boomer, you earned this after putting so many diamonds on your invaders. You needed this win.
Oh my god, yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
2.5 million. There's other people in my lines that have a 2.8 million invaders. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, I wonder if there's somebody like saying, "Hey, can you make this a defensive war team for a season or something?"
So, some of these don't seem like the titanium alloy isn't a piece that's in super high demand. Although we're seeing that some of the origin pieces are what's really causing some bottlenecks going into DD7, right?
Iron Patriot and nobody's gonna take
Yeah, but I'm the only person dumb enough to take Cabal into Dark Dimension 7 because you're gonna take the 3 Cabal and then what? Pair him with 2 heroes, you know, Quicksilver and Black Knight.
A lot of people are considering Cabal.
No.
Yeah, I'm taking Cabal. I'm taking all 3 Cabal.
I'm waiting. I want to wait and see other people play with Cabal. I want to play with Cabal in Crucible. I have rushed into Dark Dimensions before, and it was not nearly as good as experience as Dark Dimension 6, where I was careful to plan out everything on the planner and take my time and think things through, watch what other people are doing, and I had a much better experience, and I was able to get Super Scroll just before Kyle's Tower and make it all the way to the top of Kyle's Tower, and it was a great experience for me because I took my time and thought ahead, and it was a whole different experience than 5 and previous, where I just kind of went at it. And so I want to see what happens with Cabal before I take them up. But as far as this team goes, I don't know how drastically that's going to affect players who are on the verge of getting into DD7, some endgame players who have been building their city team, and then this comes up and they're like, should I pivot to 1 or 2 of these or take them on the second time in or something? I don't know if these characters even warrant that big of a build because they look like, on paper, they look like they are kind of a raid team only, and I'm not sure how much value we're going to get with them outside of raids. And if we do go outside of raids, I think it's going to be a combination of these and some Spider-Verse heroes.
I agree. They do look like more of a raid team, and they don't look like they're going to come out of raid that well, but they're very resilient. And what it says to me is I can dump skill gear in city early on into a 3-piece that is going to be resilient and not die immediately, where Robbie can do work.
Yeah.
So my current plan for city is the 3 new ones with 2099 and Robbie.
Yeah, and another thing to consider, a lot of people are focusing on tunes to take into Dark Dimension 7 that are giving them value elsewhere, and Arena is a great place to build teams like Apocalypse, Super Scroll, Black Knight. Those are characters that are kind of no-brainers. You're going to be using them in Arena, so why not build them for DD7? Robbie is another character. Black Cat. You've got Green Goblin Classic. Of course, he's not. Well, wait, yeah, he's City, but he's Legendary. So if you're already planning on building those to get the value outside of Dark Dimension 7, do these characters pair well with them, or there's a lot to consider, and this is why I like Dark Dimension so much. It's a long conversation that generates a lot of hype for a lot of different things. There's a lot of things to consider when you're investing in these in Dark Dimension for your run. So it's pretty cool.
I can't see long term a character that's 106 or 108 being plug and play anywhere.
Nope.
You're right.
No.
Even at 128, unless he's stunning on turn 1 with his special, then he's not going to be used that many places. Like he needs some kind of controlling effect on his turn 1 to be useful plug and play. I don't care how fast he is. If he's just putting out some slow or just doing some mediocre damage, it's not going to be worth it to take him into Cosmic Crucible for fun.
I agree. I want to see somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it. Thanks, guys, for giving me the rundown on this. Be sure to check out, I'm sure almost everybody in Voice today has some content on their channel. I will be plugging all these videos, I'm sure, in tomorrow morning's recap. I have not yet had the chance to watch them because I just got off work and started streaming when the embargo lifted. So I'll be checking those videos out. You can tune into the recap. I'm going to be plugging all these guys, letting you know what's going on out there so that you can check out their videos. So thank you guys for joining me for this discussion. I'm probably going to go click a few red dots, and then I do have I think I've got Lord Richter's defense up to go over. His Crucible defense is what I'm probably gonna do.
I could get better.
Oh my God! I'll get the freaking wig. I'll get it. Oh my God. Speaking of city characters, Spider-Verse characters, not a hero Spider-Verse character, but I did bring in the Black Cat wig today.
Nice.
Oh dear.
I really like how they like the visual character design of both Pob and Penny. Like I think they both look amazing. I know Ron didn't really care for Penny's character like design, the actual person, but he liked the robot. I like both of them. I think they're freaking amazing looking.
Penny's face just doesn't look right. It's not proportional to her size, like in the roster screen or the character screen.
I like it.
The
PJ
portrait
runs
is there.
7 with the sombrero and the blonde.
Was super happy to have Mobile Gamer here just in time for me to put the wig and the hat on. That was fantastic. So, ugh.
Nothing like looking like a dipshit in front of your idol, right?
Oh, that's okay. We hung out at TwitchCon, and he showed me some paraphernalia that he purchased there at TwitchCon, and he's a kid at heart too. So.
What does that mean?
You said paraphernalia, Comrade Red came out of the fucking woodwork for that.
I've been here. Boomer has seen Ron do some interesting things. This isn't the worst of it.
He watched me ride a giant mechanical penis. I'm not gonna embarrass myself wearing a wig in front of him.
Oh my God.
That's true.
All right, so
That was a good day.
I love this haircut on Dorky Dad. We need to get Dorky Dad to grow his hair out and do this little emo comb over thing that he's got right there. That's fantastic. And somebody get Sticky the knitted cap, for the love of God, is adorable.
Jeez.
Okay, so get out of here. Make room for the new Spider People team.
It's going to be like Pegasus all over again.
I'm probably going to stick with my 5-piece. I'm not certain that I want to bring any of those characters into Dark Dimension 7.
I just love that their skill.
I'm excited for you to test them. Yeah, you should probably take one of them because the skill city, you don't have many options other than Craven. So it might be nice to get an extra skill character in there.
Wait, let me paraphrase that. You don't have that many skill options in all of Dark Dimension.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, you have Black Cat, Craven, and that's pretty much everybody that is worth a damn.
What's that? That look good?
So,
Kestrel.
Is she?
She's mostly tech.
She's 2 tech, 1 skill though, right?
Yeah.
So I went with Noir. He's Mystic, but so is Robbie. Is that gonna kill me?
Nah, Noir's only 2.
He's pretty cheap.
What are my other choices for this?
Why would you take
Noir is
Noir
so
over
cheap.
any of the other ones? Because he takes
Because Noir's cheap.
He's cheap. About it.
Plus,
Mystic
you're not
isn't
that
cheap.
You're not that pushed for Mystic that much.
I guess you guys
actually-
aren't taking Eternals. I am.
I mean, yeah, unless you take Eternals. Like, without Eternals, I'm not pushed for Mystic at all.
Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't take Eternals.
I wasn't planning on taking Eternals into Cosmic. Cosmic's so far away, we've got to get something better than Eternals to drop in these last 2 slots, right?
Why?
Now that we need
what's been better than Eternals?
And they have Dark Dimension tags. They do extra stuff in Dark Dimension.
Void Knight isn't better than Eternals.
No,
I'm taking Eternals.
How dare you, Benny? Void Knight's one of my favorite characters in the game. I love Void Knight. I'm using Void Knight in Arena. I'm not using Eternals in Arena. So
so Void Knight has a gimmick, right? That's his thing. He's a gimmick character. His gimmick has 1,000% extra focus. He doesn't need stats for his thing.
He ults and dies.
Yes.
Well, then if I take him to Gear Tier 19, he might make it to turn 2. See?
Yeah,
But
so
you're
what are you
also
gonna do on
even if you take him to level 100, you get what, like 2% focus improvement when you take him to level 100 from 95.
But
So
the
Void Knight
focus
doesn't
isn't
want
what
this
I need.
investment.
We just said he gets 1,000% focus or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
he doesn't need
he's
this
fun.
investment.
I'm
And then,
building him because he's fun. All you shut up, leave me alone. Let me play with my toys, damn it.
okay. So
Benny,
let me
you're
tell you this.
talking to the guy who took 4 Pegasus into DD6, so you're not going to
And I
talk logic.
don't
to him,
regret
okay?
that. Pegasus kicked
Dude.
ass in DD6.
This
Okay.
man goes, oh, global
Run.
first? Tech. He had 462 tech pieces to get Super Scroll. I'm like, you might want to rethink that. He goes, screw you. Pegasus
Hey,
is fun.
I did drop Iron Man from that team, which Iron Man turned out to be the one I'm using the most.
The one you need the most.
Aside from Kestrel.
Uh-huh.
In the nodes, Void Knight's not going to do anything because he's slow and he doesn't actually do anything on his kit.
Yeah,
His
he'll clump
basic
them together
sucks,
so
and
that
that's what you're
Kang
gonna need.
and Vol and anybody with splash damage can hit him pretty
On
hard.
turn 1.
Yeah, it's heroes,
and then,
right,
And
man?
then
Every
I'll have to
long.
sack the node 7 more times to get that to happen again. It's fine. I'll worry about. I'm not worried about Cosmic, guys. Cosmic is 4 months away. It's like 4 months and 3 patches away. I'm not worried about Cosmic right now. This whole lineup might change. I'm not worried about it at all.
I mean, I wasn't telling you not to take Void Knight. I was just telling you it's not an investment, and he's not better than Eternals. But if you want to take him because you like him, of course, I'm like the supporter of that. You know me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the city is the one I'm going to have to worry about a lot. And we'll have to see how this team performs outside of raids and see if there's any kind of value for the team in War or Crucible. If there is, I might consider dropping one of these. Noir is probably not actually going to happen for me. He's kind of already built, and I'm happy about that. Willie Long coming in hot. Thank you for the raid, Willie Long. We just finished going over the new Spider Society kits. We are not allowed to talk about their gameplay, which is lame. But we did go over their kits and their pieces and their speed and all that. And we discussed whether or not they would go into City. It doesn't sound like people are really excited about them going into City for DD7. But, yeah. Team's definitely going to destroy those skill lanes of raids.
You haven't, have you tested the team yet, Run, or no?
No, I have not played with them. This is the first time I read their kits. I
Got it,
literally
okay.
opened up the test server for the first time in several days, and just to make sure that this was on the screen when I started stream, because I don't want to actually. In fact, let me close this window because I don't want to accidentally share the loading screen. There we go. Now we're back to the real game, the live server where things happen most of the time without being broken. And I'm loading for some reason.
Ghost Spider's cheap, and she did really well for me in DD5. I didn't take her in DD6, obviously, but in DD5 she did really well for me. She's not a terrible dark.
She takes the same unique as Void Knight and Super Skrull.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only negative for her.
Oh, Void Knight takes the same as Super Scroll, huh?
I mean, the fact that she
Boy,
sucks
Void
still.
Knight's looking worse and worse these days.
The fact that she sucks. Hey man, maybe you will need a massive Spider Society to get through raids. Who knows?
Did my game... okay, there it goes.
Probably.
I don't know that uniques are going to be the main holdup in DD7 yet. Time will tell on that because I'm nowhere near it. But like uniques were the main holdup in DD6, obviously, because we were at the last gear tier of that type of teal gear, so you needed 65 of them for a character, whereas you only need 18 of them in DD7. it might not be the case that that's the holdup, that the uniques are the holdup. I don't know yet until I'm closer to being there.
Unless you're taking 4 characters with the same unique, I don't see the unique being a problem. As long as you're taking 3 and only need 54 of them, I don't see an issue, honestly, because by the time you get enough to, like, say, get all the way through to take a lesser tune, you're probably going to have the uniques anyway to take the 3 better tunes that all share miasma or whatever it is.
I don't know.
I'm not.
I think this is going to be one of those things where I'm really going to pay attention to the front runners and what they're using, and then just follow everybody's content as they make their way through Dark Dimension, because planning DD6 felt so much better than DD5. And I feel like if I really pay attention to DD7, I could do that much better, get that much further, and be that much better situated. Right now, when the store refreshes, I am only buying 1 or 2 of those 800,000 cost unique pieces, and only for characters that I am absolutely certain will be going into DD7, like APOC, like Super Skrull. But it may be that I need to pick up the pace and start buying some of those Origin pieces or something. Who knows?
So, if that's the case, then maybe we should step it up in raids a little bit. Hint, hint.
I'm all for it. I mean, as this Spider Society team comes out,
there he goes.
We're gonna be pushing for 100% completion, I'm sure. I mean,
absolutely, until they release difficulty 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6, and Mystic is an absolute tank kicker.
Maybe people should build their Mystic team. I don't know.
Ew, I barely want to build Vol for Dark Dimension 7, let alone for raids.
the newest guy that enters our alliance, and he's like, hey, I want 23 other people to start cracking the whip here, let's go.
The fact that the Mystic nodes counting for so little towards the season progress, I'd rather just single file down the Mystic nodes and 4 people bash their heads into 3 nodes and then spread apart after that, because the Mystic nodes count for next to nothing.
It's too late for anybody to make me build Bifrost.
I know that, Benny.
Dude, Bifrost is just such a bad team other than Vol, and Vol is even an okay character. Play-wise.
Maybe just beta.
And it's kind of like a false bill of goods, man. Like,
yeah,
there are definitely some situations that you can utilize that character in a very good way, but it's so specific, man. Like, you have to really be like thinking about what exactly you're doing to use that character very effectively.
I feel like the best part about Vol is that she's an MSF original, so I feel like they're never going to let her die. I think that's the only redeeming part of taking Vol anywhere.
We're past the 9-month mark, which is like the legitimate lifespan of raid teams. So after this, it's going to be a drag, and it looks like with the skill team, Incursion 2 might be over soon. So we're probably moving into Incursion 3.
So
right.
I heard somewhere, I don't remember where, I don't know if this is a rumor or was speculation or whatever, but I heard Crimson raids. I think that was proposed because of Crimson Gear orbs. So they were thinking there would be a Crimson raid where it would reward that. I don't know. It kind of makes sense, but you know, they released new difficulty raids where people are really building characters to get into DD7 to claim red gear.
We should just call it Mephisto raids.
Sure. Or if the resistance is too high, get fisted raids is what it's going to be.
Yep. Because that's what it's going to be with an under 2 million Bifrost.
Yeah. Bifrost can't stick spaghetti to the wall. Like, they cannot land anything to stick anywhere. Pegasus, same thing. Like, when I go to do an attack, I don't think control. I think what's going to do the most damage. I don't even bother trying to control the enemy in the raids anymore. It's pointless.
Nope. It's just get an exposed and just hit into that as many times as you can. That's all it is. If the exposed landed.
5% doesn't feel like it's that much speed for Vol either. Like, the 5% you get for hitting into an exposed, it just doesn't feel
enough.
like. Yeah, it's
They're very
she feels
slow.
like she should be quicker than she is.
Yep. Well, she's 127 now.
Yeah,
Lord
127.
Lord Richter is coming in at 82 million TCP. Always hanging at the top of my arena shard, and this one's fresh off the cuff. Lord Richter, is this still a bit defense heavy? You mentioned that you would like a little bit more to utilize on offense. Is that still the case? Are you even still in chat? I've barely paid attention to chat today. I'm sorry, guys. I had 8 people in voice for most of the stream so far, with 3 brand new characters, 2 reworked, and I didn't know shit about anything that was going on.
Just today, though, he normally pays attention to chat very, very well.
You didn't miss anything. I was reading.
This man
Every other day, he knows.
There we go.
This man took Phoenix to G18. What an animal! Yikes!
Yeah, nothing gets in the way of Lord Richter's fun.
Not even astral energy.
Wow. I'm jelly. I want a big Phoenix.
I got a
Okay.
gear tiering.
I heard there's pills for that, comrade.
Oh, yeah?
I'll hook you up, buddy. Don't worry. Check your DMs.
Okay, so Lord Richter, you recently just switched so that you would have more offense. This is what you did to give yourself more offensive tools. Okay. Lord Richter and Jumpy McSpasm both in chat today, both some incredible hurdles in my arena shard. Although I haven't been in the top 10 for a couple of days. I haven't been doing my 5 attacks every day like I should. So, oh well. Okay, so we have a unlimited team with a huge Phoenix in there. What? No diamonds on Phoenix? Oh, I need to build these a little bigger. Sorry. So, real quick, got a Super Scroll Weaver team in 6. Looks like the Black Knight kind of Red Hulk team in 5, which is unusual. Normally you see that in 4. We've got the Extreme in 4, no Gambit. Infinity Watch in 3, which is the Snooze team. And then we have Secret Defenders Noir in 2, which is a pretty standard defense, still effective. Although we're finding you can drop Dagger for Lizard to effectively defeat that one.
Wasn't there a video put out on like this exact defense, or very, 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 very similar?
I wouldn't know. There are so many Cosmic Crucible, well, videos of people playing Cosmic Crucible and videos recommending certain defenses lately. There have been so many. It's unreal. It's Juicy's defense. This one did look a little familiar. I wasn't gonna come out and
say it, but yeah.
In fact, hold on.
Jeez.
No, this one looks a little different from what I used. I used one of Juicy's defenses one time, and I was so pissed because I set Juicy's defense, and then Juicy put out a video going over how to beat that defense, and my opponent watched the video, and I didn't. And my opponent had the same thing. So I was battling the exact same defense I had set up, and my opponent just smoothly destroyed everything with one shot, and I struggled to get through it. And I was like, are you kidding me? The answer was right there. This is what shitstorms Dorky. Okay.
Does anyone know, does Phoenix do anything to like slow down or stop the MOE counter, or did you just MOE this and roll it right over? Because I would think MOE would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, they really roll it over.
Okay. So we've got... That's why you subscribe to my channel, bitches!
I would say that Tesla should be a raider.
This isn't even a defense up video. This is an advertisement to watch Juicy's content, right?
Yeah, that's what's going on. Juicy, just throw up a link, buddy. I don't care. Go for it.
Hold on, I got him.
Well, I'm going to give A's to all the teams and say that they're all great.
Okay, so... I don't actually see a major problem with this. I personally like Gambit on some sort of an extreme comp. I don't like doing the unlimited and extreme. It feels a little too... It feels like the two... Because a lot of times you take one super defense and split it into 2 pretty good defenses. feel like kind of medium defenses, not even pretty good defenses. I don't know with a Phoenix this big, maybe it makes a difference. I've never encountered one like that. So I personally prefer keeping Gambit and Rogue on the extreme and just going for the tougher defense. I used to tend to have more trouble, but this is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. The ISOs are great. We've got what's gonna be gap placement with Phoenix once she dies.
You don't want Dazzler as a raider? The 2 diamond gear 18 Dazzler.
I think they're going for focus to make sure that everything gets cleansed and flipped and the ability block lands. That's all I can think of.
Oh, that's never gonna happen anyway.
Or she was already skirmisher and didn't want to switch it.
I'll mention that Raider is an option. I don't have a problem with her being a skirmisher.
She only applies blind on crit.
Yeah.
On her basic.
Oh, that's a little bit more, right? But that's on her basic, right? Isn't this team... The match is going to be decided before she gets to her basic.
She takes a turn. She's not going to take a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Rogue ISO?
No green ISO in Phoenix. It's an F. I think we're past the point where we need to hold off putting blue ISO on. I think there's enough in the economy. We could at least muster up a blue 3 for Phoenix there, Wapo. I'm not going to give him an F for that one. I think this is solid enough. We'll talk about Raider on Dazzler, although I really don't think it's going to make a difference. Comrade, you say she's not going to take a turn. I don't think she's going to get to her basic.
No.
I mean, if she's getting to her basic, then this team has already done its job, right?
Overall, better practice to have her as a raider.
But what if you just want her to take her first turn and land that ability block and flip those effects? What if that's what the skirmisher is there for? That makes more sense to me. I'm just saying, I think that skirmisher is as valid as raider. In other instances, yes, raider.
I think either's fine, honestly. I'll tell you though, with Phoenix, like since that rework, which with her gear tier 18, she has the stats to back up putting a real ISO on her. Like she has some survivability to her. On this team, I don't know. I think like Comrade was saying, someone's just gonna take an MOE into this and just roll it right over. But like in general though, with her rework, I think she has the stats to back up putting real ISO on her.
Say that last line again. I didn't hear
it. Just in general, I think she has the stats to back up putting a real ISO on her if you have her this invested.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, in this room, wouldn't you want her as a striker if you went all in on her?
No, not in this room.
I'm sorry, not in this room, but elsewhere in the game, if you're going to go all in on her, wouldn't you want her as a striker?
I have her as Raider. I don't think striker's a bad option for her, but I have her as Raider.
Okay. And obviously in room 1 where it's skirmishers and raiders, you'd go either skirmisher or raider for her and wouldn't consider that. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm thinking for this, it's just a question of what you like for ISOs. I think there are some valid choices to go a different direction with some of these characters. Okay. Room 2. I think this is okay, but since we already know exactly how to beat this without a 16% fail chance, do we want to change Noir to something else? Or do we want to build Noir bigger for his raid team?
Yeah. Bigger Noir.
Just go bigger?
Yeah.
Plus, you're in this room, you're giving New Warriors a better chance, technically.
He's going to anyway, right? He's going to build Noir anyway.
Yeah.
This could be a sufficient Noir.
Oh, I mean, we've seen tiny Noirs just fine.
No, for raids.
Oh, for raids, yeah. I think
could be sufficient.
Yeah, it's going to be sufficient until the difficulty increases. I'm guessing out of the gates, this and what I saw with those kits, I'm guessing this is going to be a fine Noir for it. I don't know. Like I said, this feels like an old team, and we have a counter for this that's like basically foolproof. So I don't know.
Yeah, I always like to have an SD on offense. I think they give you more value on offense than they do on defense. Especially with us having like several active counters for this that work very well. But It works for some people though, and some people have had a lot of success with it. So if he's one of those people that it's been working for him at his level against his opponents, then if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Wapo, this is Lord Richter's defense. Lord Richter, a regular in chat, and somebody I showcase their arena defenses all the time. I don't like Raider on Robbie. I like him as a striker. I don't like striker on Photon. I like Raider. I think that the community got those backwards in the beginning, and for some reason they've kind of carried over. Robbie will retaliate, putting out an extra bleed, which he gets speed from, and I think that's important. Not to mention his bleeds are very, very damaging. Yes, he can crit, and the bleeds that he puts out when he crits are that much better, but the speed is everything in this game.
Well, the biggest thing about him being a striker is the fact that his ISO attack gives him an extra charge. So he's getting 20% more of that passive attack that blows the flames against everybody and flips all their shit. So that's like the huge thing of why he should never be anything but a striker, honestly.
Oh. I agree. Yes, Wapo, we should be getting leader offers today, pulling red stars for him. I think that happens in, an hour and a half? I'm not really sure. I didn't pay attention. We have Infinity Watch in 3. Let's spend the rest of the day talking about Infinity Watch. Just kidding. Moving on. We have the Extreme with Jubilee instead of Gambit.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been using Jubilee with my X-Men, and she's been doing well. I don't know if it's her, but the compositions that she has been in have gotten me some defensive victories. I think it's kind of something where people are like, oh, hey, I don't normally see this. And so there you go.
So
and Photon Raider,
I assumed he did not have a built Jubilee. So now that I see that he does have a built Jubilee, I would say flip Jubilee and Phoenix, since Cyclops, for one, will get 30% extra damage. Cyclops will do retaliations on every character. Cyclops will also give 100% speed to Forge when Phoenix dies, and you have yourself an extra cleanse, so now you have 2 cleanses to get through. And Forge isn't going to cleanse in this room turn 1.
And Phoenix, wait, what's Phoenix goes with her special? What's
her special is the cleanse.
Her special is the cleanse. Okay, yeah, so that still works. I like that. I like that, actually. What's Jubilee gonna do against counters in this?
You're not, unless you're putting something like a Black Knight, an APOC, a Skrull, maybe an MLF. MOE is gonna just roll this right over, regardless of what you put in here. So that team basically.
So rather than using Jubilee to great effect in this room, you would just want Phoenix to be used better in this room, is what you're kind of saying? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Put Forge on one end, put Phoenix on the other end, and put Cyclops next to Phoenix, so that Cyclops is the one taking the hits.
Okay.
You want to get. You also want to get Cyclops rewound so that you have the energy given from Sunspot, and then hopefully Forge can take a turn before Cyclops, give him charges. And then bleed.
Yeah, hopefully it plays out like that, but who knows? No, I do like swapping Jubilee for Phoenix here. I think Phoenix is gonna sync better with Cyclops here, and then we would go Forge, Spot, then Nightcrawler, then Cyclops, then Phoenix, right?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
All right. Looks pretty good. Jubilee is a skirmisher. Do we still use Jubilee as a skirmisher? I don't think she needs the focus to land her blinds. I think giving her the double tap off of a striker combo would be better, right?
If she's going in team 1, she's going to die with the rest of the team anyways.
And she'd want the skirmisher for room 1 anyway, so that's fine. Okay. All right. So we'll touch that one up a little bit. And then room 5, we moved Black Knight out of room 4 and put Black Knight over here. It's an out-of-time comp with Quicksilver and Red Hulk. Putting Red Hulk next to one of the tanks, hoping he gets some splash damage and gains some charges so that he could ult. Peggy doing healing and skirmishing. Captain America doing skirmishing. It's kind of weird that Captain America is not in the corner. Like, why aren't we putting, like, that's just a weird placement to me, I think.
Yeah, swap Cap and Quicksilver.
And
Yeah, I think so too. Or swap Peggy and Captain America so that Hulk's between the two tanks, but I'm worried he's going to take too much damage. Hulk doesn't feel like he's got that big of a health bar anymore, right? Is that just me?
No, not without A-Bomb. A-Bomb gives him 30% health and drain.
Honestly, I kind of like A-Bomb in here better than Quicksilver. I don't know.
I think Peggy gets replaced just because she's not like a huge damage dealer, so she's not making a difference there. She's not really healing anybody besides Cap and Black Knight.
And she's only reviving Captain America, who's probably one of the last people standing anyway. Although I do think that she does do a little bit more damage than people give her credit for since her latest rework. But I agree. What was that, Benny? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry, I looked up
Well,
and
if
you
you
were
take out
watching.
Peggy, put it in A-Bomb.
Peggy for A-Bomb would work equally well, in my opinion. I think that's maybe even the better way to go. I just like giving Hulk a little bit. Honestly, I think take out Peggy and Quicksilver and put in A-Bomb and Green Hulk.
Yeah, I don't hate that either.
There's just isn't a lot of synergy between the Peggy and the Quicksilver. Quicksilver is just that threat on his own, but he's similar threat no matter where you put him.
I do like Quicksilver in here for the simple fact that he gives especially with it being in room 5, which I don't think it should be in, but that's fine. But it gives an extra threat to just taking a Pegasus in here and just taking this out with Pegasus. Yeah. So I don't hate the Quicksilver.
Yeah, because you want them to overcommit rather than just roll it over with Pegasus.
So you're saying the Pegasus, if we lose Quicksilver, do you think Pegasus becomes a serious threat against this team?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like 100%, but like a fair amount. I would say over 50%.
Yeah. Definitely. I've seen it.
And Lord Richter
People
says
would
that
be more willing to use Pegasus if without Quicksilver versus with Quicksilver,
Okay. So, final verdict, we drop Peggy, we add A-Bomb, and then leave it.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think we put Red Hulk in the middle. We put Cap on that end where Quicksilver's at. That way we're giving a little bit more protection to that Red Hulk, not having him right next to a tank. And we're not having a tank like in the middle of the screen. We're having tanks on the end.
Yeah, Cap in the middle.
Yeah, Papa Woody, but they're saying that the Pegasus will just roll over it like it does, and I agree. And now instead of using master key teams, you're just egging it.
Because I've done this exact team before with my Pegasus, and the Quicksilver was the only thing that stopped me.
Does Black Knight not matter?
No, he doesn't really matter because so he gets 1,000% extra resistance for having defense up, but on the ult from Kestrel, she gets 5,000% focus for that. So she's gonna do her thing on him there. If you have a well built Pegasus, if your entire team's well built, and you just
doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he'll hit her, and then you're gonna stun him with what's her name, with Ironheart.
Yeah.
And then you're just free to have your way with the rest of the team.
Chat's continually mentioning that they don't like this outside of 4. They feel like you got to put this back in 4.
I agree.
And I think extreme variants are going to work just fine outside of 4. I don't think...
And they'll work.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I still say we drop Peggy for A-Bomb and give that Red Hulk a little more health. And yeah, we're gonna. If it's in 4, it's no longer an issue about Pegasus, right?
No, it's the same issue with Pegasus. Pegasus
it is?
does the same thing.
Okay, Pegasus can still rocket
room.
in 4. So we leave Quicksilver hopefully as a deterrent for the Pegasus team. We drop Peggy, put in A-Bomb for a little more health to Red Hulk. We adjust the placement. We move the whole team into 4. Can we move this into 5 and just treat it like a blank room, or do we want to move the Phoenix Extreme someplace else?
What about 6?
Oh, 6 isn't terrible, but I like 5 too. So what does he have in 6?
This.
So he's got
scroll thing, yeah.
So I'm not using Zugs. I'm not using Dorm. I don't to use Tangled, though I do. I don't, and I definitely use Super Scroll all the time on offense. So
This is his offense he needs.
Lord Richter, would you like to have this team on offense? Like, or did you already move enough to offense that you're good?
I'm just not comfortable without Tangled, man.
I don't know. I don't know what to do about this team. If Lord Richter says that he's okay with his offense, nope, do not need them. Okay, he doesn't need them, let's leave him. If he's getting by without these pieces, then awesome, because this is some tricky stuff right here.
Yep, and I don't know if like room 6 is the best room for them or not, but I do know I've seen people not be able to clear room 6 with Juicy's defense in there with that. Like they tried 3 hits and didn't get through. So, I mean, I don't know if that is the best room or not, or if it's just that team, but I would say leave it if it's something that works, you know. And then just swap that, slide that extreme Phoenix into 5. It's easier that way.
It's certainly unconventional.
Yeah, this is before Cabal, though.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Cabal, oh man. Oh, I forgot all about it. What about Cabal?
Cabal, rip a new one. Hey, Bendy.
Okay.
I will say pre-Cabal, if you have this defense set up, you will not clear me and I will clear you with what I have on my defense. But with Cabal, that could flip things on its head, you know, so.
Leader's about to drop, right?
Yeah, Lord Richter says that he's got a lot on offense, so we don't need to remove this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say leave it.
Yeah.
If he gets by without Tangled on offense, put him on defense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think pre-Cabal, you know, you want both Skrull and APOC on offense, but since Cabal's out, as of today, Cabal will be out, you can slide one of them onto defense and be okay. So
Yeah,
I think
and Lord Richter says he's going to have Cabal, so that won't be too big of an issue. All right, so I think we swap room 4 with room 5. We go ahead and leave this here. I kind of like this. It's whatever, but it's big for sure. I'm pretty sure you're going to run APOC into this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because then you don't have to worry about the charges from them, and you can Thunder Punch Scroll. Assuming you don't misplay it and have a taunt above Zugs is all. Holy crap, Doolam subscribed with Prime 12 months. Happy birthday, Doolam. Happy birthday.
Where did he go?
Happy birthday,
he works. So he usually talks to us on the drive into work and then talks to us on the drive back from work because he like runs to go do stuff. So
cool.
Getting coffee.
Demons are working man, like me, but I get the freedom of driving around in my truck all day.
Yeah, so Trevor Benaki, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I do think it's gonna clear, but I think this is gonna be a room that he throws they throw their APOC into and make sure to control that, because you don't want to get to APOC's Thunder Punch and there's a taunt above Zugs. That would really piss you off. You kind of have to use APOC into this because to get around those charges, it's going to be hard to land ability blocks and control that Tangled. And then, I don't know, like it's definitely not unbeatable, but I think this is a team you don't fuck around with, right? Well, oh, that's right. APOC flips it. Never mind. Thunderdog, you're right. I'm sorry. APOC flips it. There won't be a taunt.
But Weaver keeps her charges. So if you go into this and you fail, or if you go into this with a sack and Weaver gets those charges up, when you come back into this, you're still dealing with those Weaver charges. So
bad news bears.
Yep.
I don't think it's a bad team at all. Fortifier on Zugs. I'm not sure if he needs it. That's pretty big Zugs. I don't know if he needs it. 99. I thought we were running 99 as a skirmisher, but you can run him as a raider.
Yeah,
and
tier
then
17. I would probably skirm him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about
Stormy could
skirmisher
be
there.
raider or striker.
Yeah, your only striker is Weaver.
I'm fine with that.
The Dorm is a 3-diamond skirmisher.
Yeah, he should probably be a raider.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go through the rundown real quick. Okay, we like this team, but we're going to swap Phoenix for Jubilee, and we'll see why in a couple of rooms. This is fine the way it is. However, don't expect it to do anything more than get a new Warriors Lizard called into it and efficiently beat it. I think that we could adjust the placement, right? Because Hardlight's in the middle here, and I don't know why. Why not swap Black Cat and Hardlight? That way when Noir dies, there's some gap placement. I don't think it's really going to matter all that much because they're just going to get beat by the new Warriors with Lizard. Over here is the Infinity Watch that does Infinity Watch things. We're kind of making certain that APOC is not part of the equation on this. And if they want to bring Lizard into this team, they've only got Mephisto left to go into here to do some of those, Superior 6 things. So I think the overall setup is pretty good. And I mean, but this team is just boring as all hell. And then over here, we're going to put in Phoenix in place of Jubilee, but we're going to change that placement to what we said, Forge, Spot, then Nightcrawler, then Cyclops, then Phoenix. And that's going to be fine.
Slide to room 5.
And then, oh, that's right. Then we're going to slide this into room 5, and instead, we're going to move this one into 4. So the Black Knight is a little bit safer there. We're also going to drop Peggy to put A-Bomb in, give Hulk a little bit more health, rearrange that placement. We like the ISOs on that. And then over here, this team is a lot, but it's definitely going to get beat. It's okay because we're kind of forcing some things to make the other rooms a little tougher. Skirmisher on 99 is probably a better choice. Striker on Dormammu is probably a better choice. Does that sound all about right?
It does.
Okay.
Don't forget the Photon and Robbie ISO swap.
Oh, the Photon and Robbie ISO swap. I knew there was another ISO swap I was missing. Thank you, Updog. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, I think I'm ready. I'm going to go for it. All right, YouTube will be right back after this recording.
Oh shit, runs here.
She
I gotta
dipped
go.
out.
What's up, Wapo?
I was actually really happy that they gave like some positive Indian representation. I had a lot of friends from India growing up and stuff, dude. And like, it seems like everything you ever seen in TV and movies is just like gas station attendants and shit like that. So like, I thought it was pretty cool that they gave like some Indian representation in there that shows in positive light and stuff, man. Like,
yeah,
definitely.
So confirm this for us, Ron.
What?
So when Peter B. Parker gets attacked, he's moving the baby out of the way.
The baby swings away after his turn and then swings back in. Think of Quicksilver's surfboard. When Quicksilver steps up to the plate, his surfboard comes into play, and then he does his thing, and then his surfboard flies off and he stands on the ground.
God, Seven, do you know what people are worried about right now? Do you know what people have come to me and said, hey man, what about, okay, so she swings away, but what about when Peter B. Parker dies? Where does she go now? Is she an orphan?
Yeah, this community. Give them $100 bill, they'll complain that it's folded. Yeah. Who cares? Who cares about these long animations that are making you time out? No, we want to know what happened to the baby. Come on.
I personally dislike pretty much every last detail of that Peter B. Parker's freaking character design and color scheme and all of it. Man. Like, I love the other two characters, what they did with them, but like, I don't like anything they did with him.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad we're getting Diva from Overwatch.
Oh, I'm not an Overwatch person. Who's Diva?
Pity.
And he looks way too old,
about to round the corner.
Carrying around a baby. Like, whose baby is that? Because it's definitely not his.
It's his baby. That's Mayday.
Nah, dude. He snagged a baby somewhere, bro. I'm telling you, like, look at him. He looks like... Dude's like early 40s, like late 40s, early 50s. He snagged the baby, bro. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves
He's a
here.
cool dad, bro.
I'm not okay, Lord Richter.
That's
I don't
cool,
know.
Dad.
Are we gonna get the offers in time to set a defense in Crucible?
No.
No,
We
I
won't.
think it happens at the same time.
It happens at the same
Start-
time. Yeah. Okay. Look at Mayday. She's cute. Do you want her to live the rest of her life without her father? If you want her to have a happy childhood, spend your money on Peter B. Parker and make sure he doesn't die.
Oh my
Great pitch, Rolf Karen.
god!
Great pitch, buddy. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna love that one.
somebody said that to me. You gotta bring him up, bro. Don't let him die. It's
Why
gonna
won't
become
that
a
go away?
GoFundMe for Peter B. Parker.
Well, I got a dip, boys.
Later,
Alright,
man.
bro. Yeah, how's it going, bud?
I'm not gonna be too much longer on stream
Love
either.
you.
Just kind of clicking at some red dots.
Love this community. That's so funny.
Apparently, it was bring your
That's
daughter
what
to
I heard
work day. Nothing less than 3 diamonds on PvP.
Is there any way we could see what's going on your screen by chance?
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry, I always forget when I come back. I forget all the time, really. Man, I'm burnt. I'm burnt going over those kits, man. Trying to get through all that information. I have
my god,
no
Run 7.
idea
You know what
how many
happened
times-
to me?
How many times did I invert Spider Society and Spider Verse and get those fucked up for people? I probably did that like a dozen times.
And I did good, and I didn't correct you a single time. Like,
Thank
not even
you.
once.
At this point in time, like, you guys gotta know, right? You gotta know that I can't get anything straight.
Any Run 7 fan, like, we know what you mean. So if we're correcting you, it's
Yeah.
more to Razzie than anything. We know what you mean.
Oh, Ron, get
Uh.
this. So I was filming the Spider Society kit video, right?
Right?
And it's all good. I'm all hype. It's all good. And then thankfully, I played it back, and my mic was bugged out, so no audio from start to finish happened in a 23-minute video.
Oh, that's
I was like,
brutal.
oh no.
That's brutal. This is gonna piss me off. That stupid red dot
I ended
right
up
there.
having to
will
do
go-
it again.
Yeah, I've recorded the recap in the morning several times and had no audio for various
I
reasons.
forgot you were muted. No.
Yeah, it's the worst, dude. At least with a recap, like, it's a 3-minute video, right? It's like 10 minutes of footage that I got to cut down, but it's a 3-minute video, so it's not a big deal. But what did you say, 27-minute video?
22-minute video.
Ooh,
That's
man.
numbers.
Man, that's a good chunk of your hour right there for nothing.
Yeah, no.
And when you go back into it, it's that much worse because you're like pissed off. You're kind of hurried to get through it. You want to try and make up for lost time and everything. You're a little more grumpy. We speak Runnian. Same
Yeah,
with
I
strike
don't
energy
like-
for the teal uniques. Yeah. Because chapter 4 unlocks. I thought about that, Steve, and I clicked it anyway. I probably won't. Honestly, I'll be so busy today, I won't get back to Marvel Strike Force until it's like midnight tonight.
So I hated this with Black Widow, how they, like, if you look at her right now, like, there's some stuff that she does for Avengers, there's some stuff that she does for Infestation, there's some stuff she does for skill military, like, there's some stuff she just does for skill and not military, and vice versa. Like, dude, like, why make it? Like, just let if there's stuff interacts with other people, just let it fucking interact with other people. Like, and this team has a lot of that where it's like, well, even in the same ability, like, I'll do some of it for them, but then I'll do some of it for these guys, and it's like, I don't like it.
Steven, did none of the envoys put the gear information in their videos? Benny was talking about it today on stream.
He's talking about, like, if are they going to be 2 pieces of this or 2 pieces of that, or is there dual?
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me look it up. If it's for Steve, I can look it up.
Lord Richter, what do you mean we now have a guy Spider-Man 38 million TCP in top 5 arena?
So the way I was trying to look at it right now live in game was through the planner, because the planner will give you the total of materials required, but they didn't change it yet.
Isn't this the team I get to use the Eternals on? Wasn't there an Eternals comp you can use this on? This room 12 right here.
Strategist was telling me that it's going to take over the dominant trait over the secondary trait when it shows on the planner. Like, you know how Doom is this and Kestrel is that.
Oh yeah, that's good for Kestrel too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like a dual little two things by their name. It's just going to be the dominant one, which is going to be kill. I think. I don't know.
Oh wow, that's a new Kraken.
Every time Scopely fails, a new Kraken is born. Look at that, 39 million at the top 5 of our arena shard. How do you get 39 million in our arena shard? Our arena shard's been around forever.
That number was, I think that number's only been around for like less than 2 years, like a year and a half.
Yeah, we must have had a merge, right? They must have merged our arena shard or something. That has to be one of those, I don't know if it's a boosted account. Quit for 2 years? That could have been it.
Well, no, he didn't have an old number, is what I'm saying. Like
he didn't have an
PID.
old number?
No.
Unless it had to be an arena merge then, because this is the arena
said,
shard I've been in for almost 6 years.
That PID is less than 2 years old. It's like a year and a half old.
Mm.
Yeah, they add people, but they never remove.
Yeah. So some of the envoys are discussing an idea that we were talking about the other day about in Crucible, when you're at the end of the season, your roster, your defensive lineup automatically switches over to a hand setup so that inactive players will plummet and get out of the way of everybody else.
Yep.
And a lot of people are saying they don't want Scopely to waste the time making this feature a part of it because it shouldn't really matter all that much. Now, true, everybody has to fight those kind of equally, but it's not a fun experience for newer players in gold to come up against somebody who set up a turtle defense and bounced. And a lot of times there are events where you need to clear the room and people can't clear the room. I mean, if the person's not competing, it's not a problem because all you have to do is kill one of their characters, right? You win by points because they're going to get 0. You're going to get some amount of points, right?
Yeah, you got 5 VP.
But the experience sucks. The experience sucks. You know, you're playing against somebody who you know isn't even there, and you're having trouble beating their defense because it's so huge and leftover. So, I don't know. I was going to ask again if you guys think that that's like something that would be still worth it.
It needs to happen.
Definitely not. Why do you think that needs to happen?
You don't think it's worth it?
Well, here's the thing. All right. You think about like the impact that you're talking about, where someone like leaves the game, someone stops playing, whatever, completely or whatever, right? And then plummeting down. As they're plummeting down, people struggling to beat their defense because they put some turtle defense, whatever it is. You should be able to beat at least one room. You should be able to beat at least one character. If you beat one character and you get 5 VP, out of all 6 rooms, you kill one character, you beat them. You win.
Why not deal with that and not at all and then beat it all?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the flip side of that. You go and you do this to people. You do the hand thing on the switchover and whatnot. And there are some people that don't play this game as actively as you and I, and they don't get on it every day, or they have a family emergency, or they have to leave for a work trip for several days.
This point was brought up. And they're going to plummet fast. They're going to come back and be like, come on, man, I missed a week, and now I'm down 2 ranks, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, should they be punished that hard, you know? Like, I don't know, man.
You're welcome, Lord Richter. Let me know if you get some defensive victories off of that. I'm curious about your room 6. I want to see what they're using to beat that and how it affects the rest of it. By the way, you guys, I've been getting almost every single person that we've been having on defense up has sent me screenshots saying, thank you, this improved my score, I went 3-0, or I went 2-1, or this made it a lot better, whatever. I've been getting tons of those screenshots, and that's because you guys on voice and you guys in chat throwing out tips and ideas too. It's helping people to have a better experience in Crucible. That's really what I want.
Nice.
If you have a streak, it keeps your defense. If you don't have a streak, wipe their defense.
Yeah, then the other thing you run into is, and I know Scopely's been doing a lot better about this recently with not having as many bugs and stuff, but you're introducing just another avenue for bugs to exist, for something wrong to happen.
I wish I started care of
That's true. Yeah, they might fuck it up, and everybody's just drops 3 ranks for some reason.
What happens if it ends up going to everybody's? You know, like or people that that wait till the last second to modify their defense or whatever it may be. I feel like there's a lot of room for error on there.
Like it resets in between rounds instead of the end of the season, and everybody's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Or even someone that plays every day that just over the weekend, for whatever reason, over the weekend, they didn't go in and look at their Crucible defense, and they just went, "Yeah, my defense will be fine through the next season, whatever."
Right.
Or they don't realize the season's changing. They play every single day,
it's
and now
not
they're
going to line up with the room rules, but it's something, you know. And so they're and whereas if this happens, right, they don't get in there to set it. So I don't know. It kind of comes down to, is the experience of finding these bloated rosters that are slowly floating down through the ranks, and I mean slow because of the whole situation with trophies. Is that experience bumping into those worth it for Scopely to come up with some sort of a mechanism to try and clean those dead accounts out of there? Or should we just leave it in case those players do decide to come back and pick up where they left off? I don't know. But discussing it in the Envoy server, and you know, like here, the points you're making, Zero, are a lot of points that some of the other Envoys were making, and it's kind of a mixed bag, and I think that it's probably something that isn't...
How about this? If your account is inactive for more than 7 days, it gets reset.
I don't. It could even be longer than that, really. I mean, yeah,
Even
the streak
longer than
thing.
that.
But I would just say at the end of the season, and that's why. I don't know. Why do I sound so muted? Do I really sound all that muted? Shows that I'm peaking right up at the decibels I want to be peaking at.
Well, they already do something like that, I believe, because like I know on my alt account, which I haven't been able to get into since I got my new phone, but on my alt account, if I would go like weeks without playing on it, and then I go and pick it up and be like, oh yeah, I'll throw a couple Crucible matches in while I'm here, it wouldn't let me get in and play Crucible even though Crucible was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Audie Dottie, I had the voice chat turned up a little too hot, that's why, so now they're equal to my voice, so we should all be coming through about the same. Did you see Mobile Gamer showed up? I had to boost his audio, man. I didn't want anybody to miss that.
That was pretty awesome.
I was nice to have Boomer stop by.
I was happy he stopped by, mainly because he tested things and knew about stuff. Couldn't talk about it, unfortunately. I hate that there's like, yeah, you can stream the kits, but you can't talk about your experience playing with them. As soon as I saw that, like weeks ago, I'm like, fuck this. I'm not testing that team if I don't get to talk about testing that team. That's dumb. That's the stupidest thing. I'll stream their kits.
It needs to be deleted from the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, I gotta go get the kids, so it's time. It's time. Let's go see who's streaming and find someplace fun to go. As always, it was a wonderful, wonderful day streaming. That's not what I want. What am I doing? See, you know what? Friday, I was all set to go. I had Twitch brought up on the PC so I could just check and see who was streaming and not do this stupid thing where I waste 5 minutes looking on my phone to find out who's streaming today. And then right back to it. I was like, oh, I found a good idea. Let's promptly forget that.
We've all been there.
All right, first person to leave the remark in chat gets to pick. Who do you guys want to go to, Ambassador Al or Beetlejuice?
Thanks for the stream and thanks for having us run.
Yeah, thanks for coming on in voice, guys. Appreciate it. It's always great to just hang out with you.
I'll still be here.
Looks like we're going to Al. Of course, Rolf Karen says Amaranth.
I'm gonna be Rolf.
We used to do that. We used to go over to Amaranth's stream. But it's not. I hate raiding somebody and they don't even notice it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
They don't even notice it at all. And it's. I don't need somebody to shout me out. I don't need praise or anything, but it's fun when everybody comes in and everybody gets excited and we're like, yay, it's more people. But when I'm dropping my chat into this ocean of people in a chat room and it's negligible and no one cares, it's like, boy, the people coming in don't really feel that welcome, you know? I want people to feel welcome when they come in.
That's facts.
Anyway, all right. Y'all have fun with Ambassador Al, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.